Just weeks after he said he will step back from politics to focus on his businesses, Elon Musk is back in the fray, again publicly bashing this Republican mega bill. In a social media post yesterday, Musk wrote, "It is obvious with the insane spending of this bill, which increases the debt ceiling by a record $5 trillion, that we live in a one-party country, the Porky Pig Party," he writes. Time for a new political party that actually cares about the people. Musk followed up with another post calling for the creation of the America Party if the, quote, insane spending bill passes. Musk then continued his online rant, writing any lawmaker who votes for the mega bill, quote, should hang their head in shame. He threatened to primary those politicians next year, quote, if it is the last thing I do on this earth. President Trump, as you can imagine, responded overnight on social media, writing in part, Elon may get more subsidy than any human being in history by far, and without subsidies, Elon would probably have to close up shop and head back home to South Africa. No more rocket launches, satellites, or electric car production, and our country would save a fortune. Perhaps we should have Doge take a good, hard look at this. Big money to be saved, writes the President of the United States in a post overnight. Does this pressure from Elon Musk on members matter at this point, or is their loyalty to Donald Trump more important to them?
I'm kind of surprised by how little it seems to matter at this point, right? Like, he's the world's richest man. He could fund to a huge degree primary challenges or general election campaigns. He also was the Republican Party's biggest donor. And then for a while, he was the most important aide in the White House. And yet in a matter of weeks, he's gone from someone who's just sort of lobbing Twitter criticisms and making threats that people are largely ignoring. So, maybe on the margins, like, sure, Tom Matzey will gladly take the help. Maybe there are a few fiscal conservatives who might think, well, I can walk this plank perhaps if Elon's with me. But I think a more effective way, honestly, would be if Elon Musk would just say to, some centrist independents, primary some House moderate, like that would go further. Of course, hanging over all this is what Trump threatened, which is that Elon Musk has huge amounts of business with the federal government that are just hanging out there. I mean, just yesterday, I think SpaceX scored it was announced that SpaceX scored an $81.6 million contract to launch U.S. military weather monitoring balloons. I mean, that's a huge amount of money. And we know that Trump's pretty vindictive. So, we're in a weird place, but I do ultimately think Trumpism is more important to Republicans than Elon's money.
Elon Musk launches political party after feud with Trump. The announcement comes a day after Trump signed his sweeping tax cut and spending bill, which Musk has fiercely opposed. Elon Musk announced he will create a new political party in the United States, just weeks after a public fallout with US President Donald Trump. The tech mogul announced on his social media platform X that he had set up a party called the America Party, which is formed to give you back your freedom, Musk wrote on Saturday. Musk said that the party would challenge the two-party Republican and Democratic system. It is unclear if America Party has been formally registered with election authorities, but he said it would launch next year. The move comes after he asked his followers on July 4th if he should create a political party. By a factor of 2 to 1, you want a new political party, and you shall have it. When it comes to bankrupting our country with waste and graft, we live in a one-party system, not a democracy, Musk wrote on X. After initially supporting Trump in his re-election bid, both publicly on X and financially, Musk had a high-profile role in the US government's Department of Government Efficiency DOGE. But in May, Musk announced he was leaving the government department as it was the end of his scheduled time as a special government employee. Trump then praised him as one of the greatest business leaders and innovators the world has ever produced. However, on May 22nd, the relationship took a turn to the US House of Representatives passed a significant piece of legislation, a tax cut and spending bill, which was signed into law by Trump on Friday. The document, called the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, aims to fast-track policy around spending and has hundreds of proposed changes, such as tax cuts to changes in social benefits, such as healthcare. Musk has called it a massive, outrageous, pork-filled congressional spending bill is a disgusting abomination. Musk argued the bill's spending would increase the already gigantic budget deficit and burden American citizens with crushingly unsustainable debt. Earlier this week, Trump threatened to cut off the billion-dollar federal subsidies that flow to Musk's companies, and even hinted at considering to deport him. Like and subscribe for more. Thanks.